All right, this is math lesson topic 10 for first grade. We're going to be using models and strategies to add tens and ones. So that's basically our topic. This is just the introduction. These are some fun things that you can do at home if you'd like to. It's talking about going out and looking at stars. Right now, it's a great time to go out and look for stars because not a lot of people are on the roads, so there's not a lot of pollution in the air. And if it's not a cloudy night, you can see a lot of stars. So you guys can make a journal of the different stars you see, and you can make up some addition problems about stars. Maybe how many on the left side of the sky versus the right side of the sky. You can try to add them together. Or each night you can go out and count as many stars as you can and then add them together from the different days of the week. All right, we're going to go for our review for topic 10. This is basically review of topic 9 and just making sure that we understand the skills going into topic 10. Circle the digit that shows how many ones. Well, we know this is our ones place. This is our tens place. Okay, so that's ones, tens, and we're circling the ones. Okay, circle the digit that shows how many tens. If this is ones, this is going to be our tens. We have one group of tens. Okay, circle the symbol that tells you to add. So you've got to look here. Does a plus sign tell you to add? Does a minus sign tell you to add? Does an equal sign tell you to add? So go ahead and circle the one that you think it is. And then check it against mine. Okay, understanding addition. Write an addition equation. Equation is just a math sentence to match the picture. So we're going to take a look at how many blue flowers and how many red flowers we have and then add them together to get our total amount. So let's start with our blue flowers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we know we have 9 blue flowers. Now let's count how many red flowers we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 plus 5. Now one strategy we could do is we could count all of them to get our total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is one strategy. We can count all of them, or we can just remember that 9 plus 5 equals 14. All right, Jesus mowed 7 lawns. Mari mowed 13 lawns. How many lawns did the two friends mow in all? In all lets us know we're adding. And it even tells us that, right? An addition equation, an addition math sentence to solve. So we have 7 plus 13. Now think of different strategies you could do. You could start at the larger number and count up. You can draw dots if you want to. You can draw tally marks. I'm going to start the larger number and add up. So 13, need to put up 7 fingers. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So they mowed 20 lawns in all. Okay, here's our hundreds chart. And you guys are all experts at this, so I know this will be great. Okay, we got to fill in those missing numbers. 41 plus 1 plus another one's 43, 44, 45. So what number comes after 41? We know that's going to be 42. Now let's take a look down here. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Easy peasy. All right, let's go ahead and go to the first page of lesson 10.1. And I'm just going to tape this up. It's a little bit easier. My magnets aren't doing such a great job for me today. Okay? So remember, put your name at the top so that when you turn all of this into me, that I will know who it belongs to. Okay? So let's read this. How are these addition problems alike? Talk to a partner about how you can use the first sum to help you find the second. So let's take a look at this. We're trying to figure out how these are alike. We have 3 and 5, and then we have 30 and 50. One thing I noticed right away is that we have a 3 here, and a 3 here, and a 5 here, and a 5 here. One thing that's different is there's a 0 in the ones place of each of those. So let's go through and solve these. 3 plus 5 is 8. So now 30 plus 50. 30 plus 50, if we add the ones places first, 0 plus 0 is 0. And then we can add the tens places. 3 plus 5, well, 3 plus 5 is 8. So it's going to be 80. Because this is 3 ones and 5 ones. This is 3 groups of 10 and 5 groups of 10. And 3 groups of 10 plus 5 groups of 10 is 8 groups of 10, or 80. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our next page. Here's our little comic at the top. I'm going to go through and read that to you. You know how to add ones. 2 ones plus 3 ones equals 5 ones. Adding 2 tens and 3 tens is like adding 2 plus 3. You can use this idea to add groups of 10. These are our 10 sticks, just like you guys are used to drawing. 3 tens plus 5 tens is, 3 tens, 2 tens plus 3 tens is 5 tens. So 2 tens is 20. 3 tens is 30, so 20 plus 30 is 50, okay? Let's take a look at this. Do you understand? Show me. How is adding 6 plus 3 like adding 60 plus 30, okay? We know that 6 plus 3 equals 9. Now this is 6 groups of 10 and 3 groups of 10. So we know that if we add the ones together first, 0 plus 0 is 0, and 6 plus 3 is 9. It's much like the problem we saw on the first page. Okay, guided practice. Write the numbers to complete each equation. We have 1, 2, 3 groups of 10 plus 4 groups of 10 equals 7 tens. But this is really, we're going to count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So we know that 30 plus 40 equals 70. Now we have one group of 10 here. And let's count how many groups of 10 we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 groups of 10. So 1 10 plus 5 tens, 1 plus 5 is 6. Now down at the bottom, we're going to say exactly how many this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we know that's 10. Plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10 plus 50 equals 60. Okay, let's go ahead and head to our next page. Our next page is technically our independent practice page. So what you're going to do on that one is I want you to pause the video. I want you to do this one all on your own while the video is paused, and then turn the video back on to check your answers. And we'll go through each one to make sure that we've got them right. Okay? So we've got 2 groups of 10 plus 2 groups of 10. So let's count this. 10, 20 plus 10, 20. Now let's add the ones place first. 0 plus 0 is 0. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay? All right, let's count this. Let's count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 50 plus 10, 20, 30. 50 plus 30. Now we're going to do our ones place first. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 5 plus 3 is 8. You can also check it by going like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, let's do this one. 10, 20, 30 plus 10 is 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. Ooh, 10 plus 10 is 20. 10, 20, 30, 40. Plus 10, 20, 30, 40. So again, you can add 0 plus 0 is 0. And then from the tens place, 4 plus 4 is 8. Or you can go through and count them all. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay? 10, 20 plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And we can count all the way across. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. because we know 0 plus 0 is 0, and 2 plus 5 is 7. Okay, 10, 20, 30 plus 10, 20, 30 equals 60. 10 plus 10, 20, 30, 40. We know that 0 plus 0 equals 0, and 1 plus 4 equals 5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 plus 10, 20, 30, 40. And then we can count them all. We know this is 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay? I'm sure you guys got those all right because you guys are experts in this. Okay, let's flip it over to the back page and do this together. Okay, we are doing all of them. I know sometimes in class we skip higher order thinking or we do it together as a group, but this time we're going to do all of them. Okay, let's look at the instructions. Use tens to solve. Make place value blocks if needed. Okay, so let's make sense of numbers. Alex and Annie each have 5 boxes of crayons. Okay, Alex and Annie each have 5 boxes of crayons. Each box has 10 crayons. How many crayons do Alex and Annie have in all? Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to draw Alex here and Annie here. I'm going to draw a picture. They each have 5 boxes of crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it says each box has 10 crayons. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay? I know that's really tiny. But let's figure out how much this is. So let's see, how many does Alex have? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So we know he has 50 crayons. Let's count Annie's. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 50 plus 50. Well, let's take a look at this. We have the ones place. Let's add the ones place together first. 0 plus 0 is 0. And then let's add the numbers in the tens place. 5 plus 5 equals 10. So we know that 50 plus 50 equals 100, and they have 100 crayons. Okay, let's look at number 13. Becky and Dan buy some bottles of juice. How many bottles of juice? We don't know. It just says some. Becky buys 6 bottles. Okay, so I'm going to put over here. Becky equals 6. Dan buys 2 bottles. Dan equals 2. Each bottle of juice is enough for 10 people. Okay, so how many people do Dan and Becky have enough juice for? So they have enough for 6 groups of 10 and 2 groups of 10. So let's do 6 groups of 10. Okay, 6 groups of 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So Becky has enough juice for 60 people, and Dan has 2 groups of 10. 10, 20. So 60 plus 20. 0 plus 0 is 0. And then let's add our 10s. 6 plus 2 is 8. So they have enough juice for 80 people. Okay? All right, let's take a look at our next one. Higher order thinking. Bree says that she knows that 3 plus 4 equals 7. She also knows that 30 plus 40 equals 70. Is she correct? Explain how you know. Well, we know that 4 plus 3 equals 7. And she put 30 plus 40 equals 70. Well, if we do 3 plus 4, that also equals 7. We can switch those numbers around. And so she's thinking that 30 plus 40 equals 70, because you can have 3 groups of 10 is 30, 4 groups of 10 is 40, and 7 groups of 10 is 70. So you can just write it out like this if you'd like to and explain how you know. A lot of times we talk about that one. So you can tell an adult or a sibling at your household how you know that. Okay, this is our assessment. I'm going to read it, then I need you to pause the video, answer it, and then turn it back on to check your answer. Okay, which equation matches the picture? Now, first of all, we know these are groups of 10, right? These are groups of 10. So we want to see, does this equation show 2 plus 3 equals 5? Is this 2 plus 3 equals 5? Is this 3 plus 2 equals 5? Is this 20 plus 3 equals 23? Or is it 20 plus 30 equals 50? Okay, pause the video. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, these are ones. This would be 1, 2 plus 1, 2, 3 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a true equation, but these are groups of 10, right? This is 2 groups of 10, and this is 3 groups of 10. So that means 10, 20 plus 10, 20, 30. So we know that 20 plus 30 equals 50. Great job, everyone.